So today we're answering another question from another person who said, "My life feels very scary. There's so much uncertainty, and I'm afraid to move and make my own decisions as a young adult out of fear of making mistakes. It keeps me frozen and stuck in my career and staying with the people that are not healthy for me. How do I get over this mental block?" Okay, that's a rough one. There is no way to live your life the way you want without making some mistakes or tumbles down the road. That is the natural nature of like living in uncertainty, because if you're making decisions for yourself and you're not following anyone else's instructions, then right and wrong action is entirely dependent on what you come across and how you deal with it. But that's also how you learn. And that's why trying to live life on your own terms is both an equally empowering experience and at the same time scary. Now, you can choose to live in a boxed set of rules and just following along with everybody wants. Like your parents want you to like graduate with this degree and take on this job, take on this career, because they're telling you that because they actually care about you, and they don't want you to like have a miserable life. That's what they think. But that eventually feels empty, and it feels like a part of you is dying day by day because you're trying to live up to all of these expectations from other people. And that's a scary thought, because that leads to you potentially in your deathbed feeling like life was empty and you did not do anything that was worthwhile for you. Now, one of the things that I do to keep myself centered when I feel scared about making big decisions in my life, or living the life the way I want, is to treat it like as if I was watching a movie. And I like watching movies like every now and then, but more importantly, I like analyzing movies afterwards. So, when you're watching a movie, when you're inside experiencing the movie for the first time, it can be like a roller coaster of emotions. We're so present and immersed that things can feel too real. For example, there's a dark part of the movie that hits us, and then the emotional parts make us cry and trigger something, or some things can be overwhelming at some parts of a movie. Like this very moment of your life where you are right now could be a terrifying, stressful, uncertain part of the movie, but it doesn't last forever. When we're done with a movie, you can detach yourself from it and examine it and ask, did I like that movie? Would I watch it again? What moments gripped me and mattered to me, or who are the favorite characters in that movie? How can I relate to it? Where do these parts of the movie relate to me and my life? What did I get? What did I learn? What did I realize from watching this? And how does this affect or change how I live and think about life? So you see, a movie can be really good but also be a tragic or sad story. A movie can be terrible but extremely fun to watch anyway. And a movie's peak climax moments, whether they be horrifying or joyful, are important to the story, which is why you like it. And ultimately, that's what you're trying to make. You're trying to make a great story that is your life. You want a great story at the end of your life, and all those parts of the story are part of it. But when we're done with it, we look back on these movies and simply remember the learnings and the memorable moments, because somehow they've enriched our lives in some shape or form. And regularly stepping back and looking at the whole movie of your year or your life does wonders to reduce the overwhelm and confusion. You have to see that you're in a season of your life. You're in a chapter of a great book. And the book is long. The movie is long. You are just in this piece. But if we remove this piece that you're scared of, that you're currently about to enter, the movie is not really going to be as entertaining or as good to tell in the long run, isn't it? So that's what you do. You do it regularly, and you do it a lot. You every quarter I tend to look back at the broader picture of my life and say like, where is my life? What is the life story I'm trying to tell right now? And where am I right now? And that really removes the overwhelm of things, because you start seeing that, oh, it's just a small piece of like a bigger pie. It was difficult, but there's many more chapters ahead. And all I gotta do is keep moving forward and writing more chapters, because it's gonna be a great story to tell.